of Milwaukee, you probably ain't too smart, so that they say. So what do? We got 1 foot in and 1 foot out. We half go to school, half locked up in prison. We half trying to get an education, half on the block. Then eventually what we do? We put the other foot in. Because we say, what else do we have to live for? And we put the suit on. And they make laws to keep us in jail. Because they want us to work for them and make their license plates. Because if we on the inside making a license plates, then they don't even have to pay us minimum wage. Because we're not human beings. And we look the world dead in the eye, like I'm looking you in the eye right now, and this is what we say: I ain't gonna cry no more. Listen to my story. I ain't gonna cry no more. Because crying tears is for what? They for punks, and we ain't no punks, we some thugs. So we say, I'm a real thug. I'm a real thug, Daddy, because you never taught me how to be a real man. You say I'm a real thug because my daddy never taught me how to be no real man. My daddy never taught me how to be no real man. My daddy never sat me down on his lap and read me bedtime stories or told me that I could be somebody. He never loved me. He never wanted me. He wanted sex from my mama. My daddy never loved me. He never wanted me. I was an accident. He never loved me. He never wanted me. He begged my mama to get an abortion. My daddy begged my mama to get an abortion, and when she refused, he got down on his hands and his knees and he prayed to God. He said, Lord, please don't allow this woman to have this baby. When she refused, he got down on his hands and his knees and he prayed to God for her to lose me. She didn't lose me, but for his sins, dog, I had to pay the cost. I wasn't stillborn. No, my mama didn't lose me. I wasn't stillborn, but I was stillborn lost. You know my story? But I ain't gonna cry. Because crying tears is for what? They for punks. And we ain't no punks. We some thugs. We some real thugs. So in school, I became that real thug. I never cried tears, but I was screaming on the inside. I was screaming on the inside trying to get some of my teachers' attention, but some of them wouldn't listen. I got mad because some of them wouldn't listen. I got mad because some of them kept trying to teach me some white stuff in some books that had no relevance to my existence. I got mad because they kept talking about Christopher Columbus and Thomas Jefferson and what they were supposed to mean to me when I didn't eat last night. You eat last night? And my daddy never cared about me. And I be seeing dudes get shot on the block every night where I come from. Ain't nobody telling me it's going to be all right. Ain't nobody telling me it's going to be all right. And ain't nobody telling me that if I dig down deep inside my soul and muster up the strength and the power to overcome these circumstances, I can make it. I'm smart too. You smart too. You can make it, but ain't nobody listening. So instead of listening, what they do, they sent me home, they suspended me, they renamed me LDED, Attention Deficit Disorder Boy, like I can't learn. They claimed I was uncontrollable, so they had me strung out of something called Ritalin. I don't need no drugs to control me. I don't need no drugs to control me. I don't need no drugs to control me. I can control myself. That's right. But ain't nobody listening. You listening? Yeah. But I ain't gonna cry, because crying tears is for what? They for punks. I ain't no punk. I'm a thug. I'm a real thug, and I'll be on these blocks. You see, I'm a real thug, and I'll be on these blocks, and it's like these blocks, they become my church, and they become my choir, and they be giving me a joyful noise that my spirit moves to, because ain't nobody ever brought me God. Listen to me. Ain't nobody ever brought me God. They stayed inside the church saved, and they left me outside. They stayed inside the mosque, and they prayed, and they left me outside. They left me outside. They never brought me God. They brought me a picture of a white man. Listen, God ain't no picture. Right. God is in here. But they brought me a picture of a white man. They wrapped him up inside a plastic frame. They hung him on my wall and said, that's God, boy, pray. Despite the fact in their Bible it says his hair was curly like lamb's wool. And his skin was the color of bronze. But they brought me a picture of a white man and they told me to pray, and I did. You see, I prayed, and the picture never listened. Please, God, I don't know my mama, I don't know my daddy. I prayed, and the picture never changed my condition. Please, God, me and my brother be having to wear the same pair of pants to school every day. You see, I prayed, and you never listened. The picture never listened. The picture never changed my condition, so I got me something white of my own. I wrapped it up inside a plastic bag, and I hung out on the block all night, and now, things pray to me.